Hey everybody, it's Kika, your lifestyle blogger. And in this episode, we are going to sum everything up. Everything that I've been doing inside and outside the house as it relates to design, we're going to talk about it in this video. I'm going to talk about the do's, the don'ts, why I like certain things, why I chose certain things, all of that. And I want you here. So keep watching. More video footage coming up. It's me, your girl Kika, your lifestyle blogger. And it's been a while since I sat here and recorded a video like this. So much has been happening this summer with the rain, me trying to decorate, designing the inside and outside of my home. And finally, we are coming to a peak with all of these things. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about designing your house, giving it a refresh inside it without having to take out a loan or do too much. Really looking at saving yourself some money here and all the things that can help you do that. I've done a couple of videos that kind of highlighted some of those really important things that I've worked on, like the bar cart. Make a long story short, I have been working on the back of my house, doing a seating area. Now, if you guys remember, I did a video before talking about, the back of my house, designing it and all of those things. Unfortunately, I do not have electricity or power in the back of my home. So I had to get really creative with solar lights. And that is exactly what I have been doing. So we're going to talk about solar lighting a little bit and kind of all the things that I have done, because there are some more permanent things that I do want to do in the near future, but I do have to make the temporary things work for now so that we can enjoy the space. So we're going to talk about those. Keep watching. More video footage coming up. Guess what came in the mail today? You guessed it, my outdoor solar lights. Thank you to all that participated. Now for the big reveal. Are you guys ready to see what's inside? I picked the Euphalizer waterproof outdoor wall sconces. For those that follow my designed interiors, you know that colors and patterns play a huge role in how I design. Here on my dining table is a display of a large lantern that I purchased from Wayfair some years back. I love it so much, and now this exact same design will be on display outside my home. The lantern is motion sensor and waterproof. I purchased 3 on Amazon for $32.99. 2 lanterns for the front and 1 for the back. For more design tips, log on to my YouTube channel. Okay, so let's talk about some of the most important things that you're going to want to do when giving your home a refresh. The first and most important thing that there is paint. Yes. Now, I gave my home a refresh with paint about 5 years ago. Over the years, that paint started to dull. The colors started to wear on me. I really didn't like the way it looked, so I wanted to give it a revitalized look, something that would last even longer, because, I'm not in the habit or practice and don't want to be of refreshing up my paint every single year. Not at this age, not being in my 50s. So I wanted it to look a little bit different. So paint goes a long way. The kind of paint that you do is key and very important. For the most part, I have been doing the paint inside and outside the house myself. Just the areas outside the house that I could reach, like the back porch, the railings, around the lower windows, those types of things. And I went with the color black because black is a very dominant color. It's very sleek and it's very nice. Now, someone did say to me, aren't you scared to use black? Black will, so much stuff will show up on black. And that is true for the most part. But if you're anything like me, I like those things to show up because that tells me that I need to dust more often, I need to mop more often, I need to clean more often. So if stuff is starting to show up on your black, then you're not doing some of those things as often as you should. And for me, I absolutely want to be on top of those things, especially when it comes to my home. So I like the black. I love the black that I did in the Speakeasy. I think it makes everything look cleaner, more sleek. I love the black and mahogany floors that I did on the upper part of my home because, again, more sleek, more cleaner. It has that look. I also did the black on the back porch where my dogs are and took up all the carpet and the rugs. And I really like that because when I see their dog fur, which is now it's a lot more pronounced because of the black, I am back there cleaning and doing all the things that I need to do to make that space pleasant. And that for me was very important because that's the area where you walk through before you enter my outdoor area, of which I work so hard on to fix up. So I want to make sure all of those things are done and they look good and work cohesively. Now it's time to decorate the back porch where my dogs are. I can't say this task was easy because this was a piece of work. After I cleaned and removed all the dust from the surface areas, I decided to go ahead and paint, give it all a fresh new look. I even painted the floors black. And as everything was drying, it started to come together nicely. Now I had to work around my dogs in this room, so it was a little tricky. But all in all, everything ended quite well. For more design tips, be sure to log on to my YouTube channel. 4 years ago, I painted my back door and my steps, and now I needed to redo it because it was getting old and tired. So I used the color black to substantiate the space. For me, the color black is subtle, yet elegant and exquisite. Now the tiles were something that I had extra, so I purchased some pea gravel and just laid the tiles down. So next, I plan to add a water feature and some more outdoor solar lights to finish off this space. For more decorative design tips, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, let's talk about as it relates to the lighting that I do not have a power source back there. So I'm really working off solar lights in the evening and just the sunlight during the day. And so there are some things that you do need to do just to make sure all of that works cohesively. So let's talk about that. So today I received from Amazon my TeamSim Home water fountain. This solar fountain comes with 2 pots and 2 bowls. Assembly items are here, and I can't say that it was easy. It was a little confusing determining where to put the fountain hose. One caveat was the hole in the back of the fountain. There was no cover, so I had to come up with a way to keep the critters out. But once I got it going, it was absolutely beautiful. I purchased this fountain on Amazon for $145. Next up, my solar fence vines. These vines provided additional lighting while outside. And solar step lights to illuminate the black steps. For more design tips, be sure to log on to my YouTube channel. As the years go by, you are going to notice that some things in your backyard are going to start to fade. And those things are like your table umbrellas, the top of them, just different things like that. If you're using different types of fabric and pillows, those things are going to start to fade because of the high heat of the sun beaming down on those areas. So what you're going to want to do is revitalize with paint. And there is some paint that I do use on those particular things, and that is the Rust-Oleum paint, because it is durable and it is designed for high heat and intensity. So there's different levels of the paint of the Rust-Oleum that you can get, but Rust-Oleum paint is the way to go if you're going to paint certain fabrics as it relates to like your table umbrellas and the things like that that's going to sit out. So let's do a little recap on where my backyard started. So this is the backyard furniture that I originally started out with. I put up the pergola, we put down the rugs, and we're getting ready for our outdoor furniture. Now, when the outdoor furniture came, my son came over, he put all the pieces together. It took us a little while, but we did get it together. Next, I painted the outdoor patio furniture from blue to green. I'm changing the outside of my house to be more black and white. And the wonderful bar cart going from this blue color to black. So I'm doing something unique with the bar cart. I'm taking it a step further, and I am going to use this as an ice bucket. I painted it black and green so it's cohesive with everything else that's going on in the backyard. For more design tips, be sure to subscribe. First and foremost, I do recommend buying pillows, seat cushions, all of those things that are for the outdoor. I know the other things look nice, but you have to purchase the things that are for the outdoor because they are durable. I can't tell you how many times it has been raining in the last couple of months here in Minnesota. And my things have gotten totally soaking wet. And then the next day, it's beautiful, bright, and sunny, and then they dry right away. So I don't have to do anything extra. The only thing that I do find myself doing is going outside and scraping the leaves, because the leaves will blow as it rains and things like that. So I'm scraping that off of different surfaces and wiping things down with a paper towel just to make sure everything looks nice and neat. But for the most part, having that furniture that is rainproof and all weatherproof is definitely the way. Do a little recap. This is where my garden was. Now it's a playground for the grandkids. So we moved the garden, laid the carpet for the outdoor patio space, added the pergola and other needed items. And guess what came in the mail today? My outdoor patio furniture. Well, my son started putting together everything outside while I took the pillows and added the pillowcases. Just a few more things to add to make this totally complete. So I purchased this outdoor patio sectional from Amazon for just $369.99. And I'm not done yet, still more decorating to do. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, please do so by hitting that subscribe button. That way you get notification every single time I upload a new video. So I did do that with the wicker furniture that I did put in my new patio area. But before I got started on that area, I was like, what am I going to do for a foundation as it relates to the flooring that everything is going to sit on? So that was key and very important. Due to future foundation things I'll be working on, I reworked this space with outdoor rugs. Mulch, pavers, and solar lights gave it a completed look. Added additional curtains for privacy. Be sure to watch part 2 as I introduce an outdoor sectional sofa to this space. Search Facebook Marketplace for used outdoor rugs. I wanted something heavy and durable, and so I found some beautiful outdoor rugs that I purchased from a gentleman for $150. I went to his farm, got these big, giant, heavy rugs, laid them on the ground, and it was okay. If they get messed up, whatever, they're durable, they're biodegradable, they can blend into the ground, whatever. I'm going to use that as my foundation, and that is what I actually went with, and it worked out really nice. The only thing that I didn't like is, like, if my plant stand tumbled over and I got a little dirt on this rug, it was a little hard to get off because this rug is a woven rug, so it was hard to get that off. And it took a little bit of effort to wash and kind of sweep and get all of that. But other than that, it worked very good. The other part that I didn't really like is you're not going to get that clean, straight surface. It's a little bit bumpy and lumpy under there just because we're dealing with a rug that's thick, but it's actually being put on the ground, on the actual ground surface. And the other thing, I did, do it so that the grass wouldn't grow through and all of that. However, there are some particles of grass that still are going to get through and still did not quite take the weed killer and all of that. So you got to go out and make sure that you're maintaining that. But all in all, I mean, if you want the more of the nature look, it blended in very, very nice. And I was very, very pleased with the results. So the other design tip that you're going to want to make sure that you pay very, 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 very close attention to is the light. And now Like I said, I don't have power in the back of my house. I really don't care for my electric bill to run up with constantly using power back there. So I went with solar. And I really like solar because during the really nice sunny days, the solar power for the lights will allow your lights to run practically 8 hours in the evening. For the most part, if you're not having a real sunny day, it'll run for 4 hours. And usually the time that it runs and you have the lighting in the back works perfectly for the time that you're going to enjoy the backyard, and it works out great. So my lights have stayed on in the backyard until like midnight, longest time, probably 2-3 in the morning, and then they shut off. And that is perfectly fine with me because I'm inside by the time they do shut off. Now, where do you want the lights? If you're going to do black steps and the black deck like I did, you're definitely going to want them on your steps. So I did order solar lights for my step area. Next, you're going to want to make sure, I want to do actually a water feature in the backyard. Everything looks so nice, so I want to do a water feature in an area where when people are sitting and enjoying the backyard space, they also hear the trickling of the water and be able to enjoy the sight of an actual water fountain.
Hey y'all, so today I received from Amazon my TeamSim home water fountain. This solar fountain comes with 2 pots and 2 bowls. Assembly items are here, and I can't say that it was easy. It was a little confusing determining where to put the fountain hose. One caveat was the hole in the back of the fountain. There was no cover, so I had to come up with a way to keep the critters out. But once I got it going, it was absolutely beautiful. I purchased this fountain on Amazon for $145. Next up, my solar fence vines. These vines provided additional lighting while outside. And solar step lights to illuminate the black steps. For more design tips, be sure to log on to my YouTube channel.
And how it looks and adds to the look and the feature of the backyard. So you're not only enjoying this space during the day, but you're also being able to enjoy the space at night.
Hey, if you're not a subscriber to my channel, please do so by hitting that subscribe button. That way you get notification when I upload a new video.